out there because
Course can, mate,
I have
always.
a theory, just a theory. I think part of this is coming down to the fact that I think a lot of people are saying now that it's for Arteta and for Arsenal, it's sort of like put up or shut up time. Yeah, this is
Mhm.
what it's his fifth year. He spent what 750, 800 million quid. Yeah, so he spent a lot of money. He's finished second twice. He's won one FA Cup, and that was with Emery's team, not his own team. And now this is the time, really, when Arsenal need to be winning trophies. Because the Arsenal that I knew when I was growing up, yeah, was an Arsenal team that won trophies and done a madness when they did the Invincibles. Arsenal can't continue to just finish second and go, oh, we'll just keep putting the pressure on. And this is his fifth year. We're not in his second year, he's third. This is his fifth year. He needs to win something. So I think when you get into a situation where it is his fifth year. And even Arsenal fans who are mad positive are saying, if Arteta don't win anything this year, we might have to move him on. And then within 3 weeks of the league starting, you've got a midfield crisis. Maybe that's where a lot of this energy is coming from. And maybe this is where a lot of this negativity or frustration is coming from, because maybe they're starting to realize, some of these more positive fans, that, you know what? This is 5 years into the process. We've already got a crisis after match day 3. Maybe this isn't going to work. I just throw it out there, man, because like at the end of the day, they need to win something, you know.
But it's a great point. But I think that's only from people that are scared of being wrong about Arteta. And again, Arsenal fans, a bit like Man United fans, and I think we both go through this because, unlike the rest of you, in most of our lifetimes, we've seen a manager stay at a club for a quarter of a century. And I think both our fan bases are still obsessed. Igal has said it on here. Yeah, but if we get rid of Arteta, we have to rebuild the whole club again because it's been built in his image. I don't believe it has. I don't think this kind of put up or shut up. I think it's purely for Arteta. I think the new manager comes in. You don't need to overhaul the squad. All you've got to do is add a few more players to it.
I agree. I agree with exactly what you're saying.
So I agree. I know I agree with you as well, LB. I'm not disagreeing with you. I think the only people panicking are the people that have kind of built up this image that without Arteta, we wouldn't even be here. Partly because he has helped coach the team to where you are. But I don't think Arsenal lives or dies by Arteta staying.
No, of course they don't.
Sorry, mate, go on.
So no, because you're spot on. But the problem is, I think with some Arsenal fans, don't want to go back to the banter days, because for the last decade before Arteta come in, they was the banter club of this country. And what they've been able to do, because we've had this conversation, I know you've had it on the terrace a lot of times, is we've asked this question to Arsenal fans so many times, is at what point does Arteta need to win? At what point do you say enough's enough? And I think we're at that. That's the point I'm making. I think we're getting to that juncture now in his career that if he doesn't win anything this year, is that the time that he has to be moved on?
It's a long time, you know.
No, it is a long time.
You know, in England, you're in year 7 to year 11 for 5 years. You know, that's how long this guy's nearly been at Arsenal, bruv.
Yeah. People have started school and left. Well, actually, you've got to stay to your 18 now, haven't you? Like, I'm old. Yeah. We left at 16. But yeah, people have pretty much done high school. And I agree completely. But this is why I've said for a long time. People go, well, Terry, I thought you said Arsenal was scary. Nothing changes about what I've said about Arsenal if the manager leaves. I think a new coach comes in and they continue to be a very good side. As long as they have genuinely rebuilt the club, as everybody stated, because it's a club. I think it's a club project. I don't think it's an Arteta project. Arteta is a coach who suits what they're trying to do. So I don't feel that it's the end of the world. And look, 2 seasons ago, or the beginning of 2 seasons ago, when I predicted Arsenal becoming everything I predicted about Arsenal, barring changing my mind mid-season that they would go on to win the league and they're 8 points clear, everything else has come to fruition. I just said they would become title contenders. I said they'd be a dangerous team. We know they're a dangerous team because because of these injuries, people are writing them out of the title race in the first few games, which means they predicted they were in the title race at the beginning of the season. And Arsenal 2 years ago, you would have been laughed at for saying they were going to be in the title race. Now, after a few injuries, you're saying, they might not be in it this year, which shows you how far they've grown. But I do think these Arteta fans needs to realize that I don't believe Arteta has been great for you in certain areas. I think he's been instrumental in part of your rebuild, but I don't think you necessarily 100% need him to get over the line. The squad and the club will be able to move forward without him. sometimes this happens in life. And by the way, I think he's actually been more successful for you than Brendan Rodgers was for Liverpool thus far. But look at that. I remember some Liverpool fans, good friends of mine, fuming. Oh, Rodgers nearly won us the league a year or so ago. Let's give him time. Do you think any of them now regret saying that after Klopp came in and took that project to another level? And that is what I think Arsenal fans have got to be aware of here. And yeah, I think that's what the panic comes from, LB. I think you're right. I think it's almost a case of, I've backed the manager so much, I'm worried about it going wrong. Don't be. You know, it's the same as all the people that don't think Arteta is good enough. Like, genuinely, there'll be a bit of banter if he goes on to win the league. But so what if an Arsenal fan isn't right about that prediction? But you let it go. It's crazy to me.
You know, obviously last year there was a bit of context. There's always context in football when it comes to situations, yeah. But now we're talking about a manager that's going into his 5th year with the team that he's built, right? Obviously, Arsenal fans will tell me, yeah, he won the FA Cup, but that wasn't this team that he's built, yeah. If you think about it, bro, he hasn't gotten to a semi-final with this team that he's built, yeah. He's obviously finished 2nd in the league. He hasn't won anything with these guys. Is there still going to be any sort of context come the end of the season, bro? If he doesn't win it?
No.
Is there still going to be any sort of... Are we still going to keep doing the context thing with Arteta?
No. We won't, because we're not emotionally invested in Arsenal Football Club because we're not Arsenal fans. But this is what I'm saying, bro. I think there's some Arsenal fans who are worried that if they get rid of Arteta, yeah, they might go back down.
They might, and I get that,
which is possible because if you replace the manager, you either going to stay the same, go up, or go down. There's a risk that you might get worse. But I think Arsenal fans need to realise, and I say this in a non-patronising way, I'm being deadly serious, is you're not going to go back down to being a banter club because your club has been built up properly now. You are here. You are now Arsenal. You're not here to hold Arteta's hand. If you get rid of him, you might drop to 3rd. Or 4th. You're not going to go back to being 7th or 8th. That team is far too good for that.
And even if, let's just say, it comes to the end of the season, let's just paint a hypothetical picture. Arteta says, I love this club. I've tried my best. I don't think I'm ready. I need to go somewhere else. And he leaves. So he hasn't been sacked. Maybe the next guy that comes in does take you backwards. It does an awful job. But you could be 5 months in and then replace him and then go on and do well. Clubs with good, solid structures, as I believe you've built, as you've all told us you've built, we've seen Bayern Munich in their pomp do this. Start a season badly, sack a manager, and go on to win the league that year. That is a space. I don't believe if you get rid of Arteta, you are going to become an 8th, 6th, 8th team again because of a coach. Because I don't think you're built in the image of a coach. And Ted Lasso here, I love these comments. It says, hypocrite Terry. Liverpool will fall when Klopp leaves. How wrong was he? That isn't what I said, though, is it? I said there's the potential to fall slightly because Jurgen Klopp is in that category of great managers. Okay. What I never said would happen is Liverpool would fall off the edge of planet Earth and become an average mid-table team again because FFG and Edwards have built a structure. So again, Ted Lasso, you're lying. The same with Man City. A lot of City fans have called me out for this recently. If and when Pep leaves, there'll be a drop-off from Pep standards because there is no manager currently managing in the world that is as good as him. He is a different level to every other manager, especially in the league, that is currently active. But the drop-off will only be significant enough where you're still in title races. You just may not be almost immortal, but you're still going to be a title challenging, Champions League challenging, multiple trophy challenging team because the club structure is built in that way. The same as Real Madrid's, the same as Bayern Munich's, the same as the likes of Ajax on a smaller scale with less money in smaller leagues in the modern day era. I have never said that the fall off from Liverpool and City without those managers is going to make them 6th place, 7th place. Maybe the next coach isn't quite good enough and they are in a top 4 race year 1, but you're never going to see years and years and years of mediocrity. Man United's issue in the last decade hasn't been the managers per se. It's been the structure. Arsenal, up until this rebuild that's involved Edu and Arteta, was all to do with the structure at the club being wrong. Keeping the wrong coach as well was part of it. But this is the problem with a lot of football fans, is they don't actually listen. They hear you might drop off a little bit. I ain't listening no more. My ears become blocked up. Cognitive dissonance kicks in and they start saying stupid things like this. So you've honestly, Ted Lasso, and that's not your real name, brother, but I hope your girlfriend ain't watching with you because she will be leaving right now. She'll be on the phone to somebody else saying, can I come and coach at your house, brother, because she's embarrassed of you now with that one, mate. But there we go. This here from Sid, Sid G says, I wonder if LB and Don will have the same chest if they lost Haaland and Rodri to injury, or Palmer gets injured like Odegaard.
I said, big yourself up, bro, because I'm so happy you've said this. I'm so happy you've said this. This just proves the point that I was making to Terry when I spoke about my prediction. People kept telling me, oh, you can say that for any team. I said, bro, that's the reality, bro. If we lose our main players, we will not challenge. Same thing as Arsenal. They lose Saka, they lose Odegaard for an extended period of time. They will not challenge, bro. Simple as that, because they're your best players. You need them to challenge. Yeah, I ain't got chest. I ain't got chest if those guys are missing. You know what I'm saying? No way. I haven't even got chest without a striker, bro.
Yeah. And don't compare, Arteta and your current 11 to my team, please. You know what I mean? We had no KDB for 6 months. Yeah, we've won this league without a striker. Rodri's not kicked a ball yet in the Premier League. Bro, you ain't like us, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, City's the last last team to be using that example for. I can't lie. They've proven numerous times they can deal with situations like that.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying, bro. The fact is, yeah, your club, Sid, I imagine that you're an Arsenal fan, yeah, because you're sending in the message. Your club decided to go into a season, yeah, with four competitions with one attacking midfielder. Why don't you call that out? Instead of sitting here sending us your money, try to cook me and Don, yeah, why don't you cook your club for going into a season and only having one attacking midfielder?
He's asking me for mercy. LB, he's asking me for mercy. Bro, you wasn't giving me no mercy last season when I turned up at the Emirates with no Cole Palmer and no Gusto, bro. You didn't give me no mercy then. When I was missing so many players that day, bro. You didn't give me no fucking mercy then. Why should I give you mercy now? That's on Edu for not buying, players in reserve, bro. Not us.
Yeah. Facts.
Arsenal laughed at Chelsea's depth. Now look at yours. Do you know what I will say? This isn't on most Arsenal fans, but I do think there's a few Arsenal fans out there, and I'm talking about the likes of Matt, who are probably sitting there right now regretting their decisions, because when they were laughing and mocking Man United a few weeks ago when Lenny Euro got injured, I always use this. It's not really a phrase, but I just say, football gods. The football gods punish you for wicked, nasty, cruel behavior, and I believe it. My dad pumped it into our head as kids. If like we were watching it as kids, you know what you like as a kid, you're not as grown up. Maybe like a Liverpool player gets injured, and I'd be like, one of my brothers. And my dad would go, a United player is going to get injured in the next couple of weeks now. You've upset the football gods. And it would always happen. It would always happen. Whenever my team hasn't played at a weekend, until we kick off or win the game, I don't mock anybody else for losing. I feel like I'm going to tempt fate. And there are some Arsenal fans out there that are hiding right now.
Bro, I remember when Palmer was ill against these guys at the Emirates, they were celebrating, Terry. They were celebrating, bro. I said, yo, you don't need to take time, because I'm gonna remember this. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna remember this. Don't find yourself in a top 4 battle this year, Gunas. I'm telling you. Don't find yourself in a top 4 battle this year,
LB, wasn't you one of the City fans who said you'd take Arteta as a replacement for Pep? If so, is this still the case?
No, I don't think I've ever said that. I don't really like
it. I think LB wanted De Zerbi. You wanted De Zerbi, innit?
No, they want De Zerbi. What?
Who was it that you were looking at, bro? You lot were looking at De Zerbi last season.
Nah, we're probably going to get this Girona guy, innit? Let's be real. Girona, Alonso, or maybe company.
Well, it'd be Girona guy. Yeah, don't have to pay any compensation then, do you? It's all free, isn't it?
Brown envelopes, bro. Yeah, I mean, we got that subscription of brown envelopes from Amazon, man.
I know I've seen all the emails. I've seen all the leaks. It's going to be amazing.